Unless you live under a rock, you should know that the Clipse just had Kendrick Lamar pop out for a performance in LA. Did Chains and Whips for the first time, bro. And there was something that I was watching that made me realize something, dog. One of the most underrated aspects about Kendrick Lamar, and this aids the way that he writes his music and the way his music cuts off, including his message, right, is his humility. Kendrick Lamar's ability to remain humble regardless of what he accomplishes, regardless of what, new plaque or new situation like adds to his legacy or is added to his legacy. His ability to remain humble regardless is commendable, bruh. And before we even start to break that down, I want to play the clip of when Kendrick Lamar popped out for the Clip show in LA for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. You see what I'm saying? So let's watch this real quick.
Showed me how to open up. It also showed me how to give a fuck. The two-time Gemini with the genocide. I'm generous. I have you one and I be the gentle kind. Gentlemen's against the connect. The agenda of mine. Move niggas up out of here. This shit get gentrified. Refugees like Genovese. I pop the Pentagon and show up at your gender reveal. And tell them give me mine. I son niggas. I am the general with my gin and juice. Every soul in the book of Genesis with the sonic boom. Niggas want the T on me. Well, here's the general. I generate residuals, bitch. Get off my genitals. Think I'm gonna reach Gen Z? You fucking dickheads. You must be full of that GC. It comes the G shit. They just let it been synthetic. Slamming they G-Us. Figure wave, they all fall. Niggas is G-Gut. God give me life. A good year full of free will. Trump card, tell me not to spray the light. Motherfucker.
Bro, did y'all hear that crowd? Bruh. But let's continue.
Make some noise for the motherfucking Clipse in the house tonight.
First of all, extremely legendary shot here. Extremely legendary shot here. We talking about three brothers that's fighting censorship in hip hop right now. Legendary shot. Whether you recognize his history right now or not, legendary shot. Let's continue because the very reason I wanted to make this video is about to pop up. Check this out.
This is our home city. It's such a privilege to be in front of motherfucking legends, man. Malice. My brother. Pusha. I'm gonna be out there watching with y'all. These my motherfucking people. They around. I love y'all.
Look, bro. Check this out, man. Kendrick Lamar has been doing stadium at the stadium at the stadium. He's done a Super Bowl. He's like every reason in the world to not be humble. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking so as to getting on. I feel like no matter where you are in hip hop, being able to stand next to Pusha T and Malice will always be a privilege on that stage, no matter where you are. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when he starts saying stuff like, it's a privilege to be in front of legends. I'm about to go in the crowd and watch the show. I'm about to go out there and watch it with y'all. To not only recognize, right, that just because you surpass the people that you know what I mean, and or whatever the sense is, because surpass is subjective. But remembering that no matter how far you go, to respect those who paved the way, as long as they also respect you and respect you see what I'm saying? And for Kendrick to say, I'm going to go in the crowd and watch this, it tells you that he hasn't lost that part of himself that loved their music. He hasn't lost the part of himself that loved the people who came before him. And the thing that you consistently see Kendrick Lamar do is constantly show love constantly give propers to the people that came before him and set the foundation constantly. And it made me start to really think about it. That was one of the biggest differences in this battle. Really think about it. Okay? The very reason that I think Drake and J. Cole and all that even had the guts to battle Kendrick in the first place was because they felt like he had disappeared for too long and that he was and all this different stuff, right? And this gave Kendrick Lamar a sense of surprise that nobody on that side was expecting, because everybody bought into the fact that Kendrick was just washed now, that Kendrick was just, for whatever reason, it was just a narrative. You see what I'm saying? And Kendrick's ability to remain humble through all of that and just pop out and show up in action is one of the main things that pushed him forward in this battle. Even when you're talking about their attacks, the ideas that they had, what their plan was to battle each other, one was censored strictly in narcissism, in complete narcissism. The belief that he's gonna win, the belief that no matter what, I have the relationships, I have the power, there's nothing he can do, no matter what. Believing that he can never be touched, that UMG would censor Kendrick Lamar because he's him. Already, you building your attack and your foundation on something faulty as a motherfucker. That is a faulty foundation to build your approach on. Kendrick Lamar approached this battle like he saw Drake as somebody who I know he knew he was way colder than Drake and boom, 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 but he still prepared like he was going against somebody of his own stature. He was still very prepared for every situation. That comes with humility. That comes with being humble enough to understand that just because you better than somebody don't mean they can't catch you slipping on a Sunday. These battles is any given Sunday too, even in battle rap. These is any given Sunday situations, bro. So when you look at it from that perspective, you notice Kendrick's humility, right, is what carried him through this battle versus Drake's narcissism and arrogance. You see what I'm saying? His arrogance is essentially what cost him the battle. I mean, honestly, it was false arrogance, which makes it even worse. Because it wasn't arrogance in the belief of his abilities. It was arrogance in the belief that he was going to be able to play the system and stop Kendrick from even releasing a diss. Kendrick's was solely based on his ability. Even at 16 in LA, when he's having that prayer and he's talking to God, like the fact that he's answering to God and submitting to God before battle shows you his humility. And when you're humble, let's branch off real quick. Why not? When you're humble, you're able to connect with God on a deeper level. When you're humble, you're able to connect with people on a deeper level, because it doesn't matter. When you're humble, you understand and see that you are flawed and the person across from you is flawed too. And to be specific, to be like, if you are going to be judgmental, right, which we are as human beings, to make sure that you are specific. You see what I'm saying? I feel like when you're humble, you're able to have that empathy and that compassion for somebody who in society might deem as lesser than you. And these are the things that carry you through a lot of different situations, including being prepared. Being humble is even recognizing that any situation can happen at any time. Being prepared. Being humble enough to know that it could happen to you. That all comes with humility. And Kendrick's ability to remain humble, even when you hear about the way people talk about greeting him and stuff like that, he treats everybody like a person, which is something that I think is good for the next generation to see in an artist. The next generation to see in an artist that somebody who treats everybody like they're a person, somebody who is still humble regardless of their accomplishments, the accolades, and the trophies, somebody who is still understanding, somebody who is still regardless, because you see what it does to people. And it could happen to anybody, not even just Drake. Even when I'm criticizing Drake, you see what I'm saying? I understand that he's a human being. If you've been here since the beginning, you know I got my picture Drake's biggest secret, right? It's a whole breakdown on really just empathizing with Drake and meeting on the human level. But that was before the lawsuit, by the way. But anyway, I understand that Drake is human, but I also understand it is my right to do what I believe is right and condemn what I believe is wrong. You see what I'm saying? And based on that perspective, even then, Drake's arrogance is what cost him this entire situation. And it was the false arrogance versus Kendrick Lamar's humility. Even in Kendrick Lamar's diss tracks, he's trying to show compassion to Drake multiple times, trying to give him a pass, trying to, you feel me? All types of stuff. It's the humility that allows the music to pierce people's hearts. It's the humility that allows him to write the music that's going to be able to be relatable with people. Even though many say when people become celebrities, they don't even see people the same. So when you're able to write that music and still see the people that supported you, still see humans as human, that writing is different. You see what I'm saying? And you can see it in the complete difference between these two and their music and their catalogs. You feel me? Some is self-serving and some is outward. Even if some motives are self-serving, boom. Overall, you can tell the difference. You feel me? But appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here. A lot of people have been asking me, talking about, have you seen the whole situation with the chain and boom, boom. I do want to talk about that, but in a completely different lens than what people think we should be talking about it in. You see what I'm saying? And that'll come out this week for sure. But for everybody that's been asking me, that's why you probably won't see a video on it anytime soon. I'll kind of want to talk about it from a different lens. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all though. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here and you ain't heard that Chains and Whips freestyle drop. Go check that, especially if you love raps. You feel me? Appreciate y'all. I'm going to catch y'all.